Now, I want to go on to the last section of the show, and that's politics. Angela, we're going straight to your alma mater, UCT, where we had a very interesting protest. UCT students choosing to throw feces at a statue of Cecil John Rhodes in protest of the statue being up. What were your initial thoughts when you saw this?
Well, I was at UCT for 4 years, and the first thing I thought was, oh, another thing, because that statue has been the subject of controversy for so many years, but so has equality at UCT. And I was fortunate enough that when I was there, I was taught by black professors, I had a lot of black friends. There is progress going on, but I don't think it's going at a fast enough rate for the students, because clearly they are angered by this. I'm not very happy about the poo flinging. Like, I don't think that was necessary. There are other ways, especially in today's day and age where we have the power of social media is so strong, particularly at institutions like UCT, where everybody has a smartphone, everybody has Twitter and Instagram. So I think they could have gone about it through a better way. But the point is, people are angry, and at least now debate is being done, and they considering taking the statue away finally, which is progress.
Now, you touched on it very briefly, but I want to probe a little bit further here. Do you feel that there really is an institutionalized racism problem at UCT? Is there this undercurrent of racism?
I think that there's an undercurrent of racism everywhere because of historically this country has been divided racially, and it's going to be a very long time before that is eliminated completely. There's always going to be issues of race, regardless of whether it's UCT, whether it's at Stellenbosch, Pretoria.
No, I know that.
Thing, yeah.
But I want to know about UCT specifically.
Yeah. I never experienced it myself personally. I never experienced it. Like I said, I had a lot of. I was in two different faculties. I studied science and I studied humanities at UCT, and in both faculties, I was exposed to black professors. They are right that there are not a lot of full black professors, particularly black women professors, but they're getting there. It's slow, but it's getting there.
Is there an idea that we perhaps need to be more patient with UCT?
I think so, yes, because there are a whole lot of, like, when people are, everyone is attacking UCT at the moment, and yes, changes need to be done, but we have to also acknowledge that changes have been done. And Cecil John Rhodes, yes, we all know he is the symbol of colonialism, and there are monuments to him everywhere. They can remove this one. But having said that, they can't keep putting this on UCT. It is very difficult to make transformation, especially at an institution that huge, that big. So the fact that they're considering taking the statue away already, they've been talking about the quota system, which has been also a debate for a very long time. It shows that signs that things are changing, I think.
Bjorn?
Look, personally, someone who's not from Cape Town, I looked at it I was a bit skeptical at first. I was wondering what was the whole deal, because I've never, me personally, been to UCT, and I personally been to Monash University, and that was a different situation altogether. So firstly, the way they handled the situation, throwing poo at a statue, not really the best way of doing things, considering that you're trying to be taken seriously as a young professional in this day and age. And like Anzra said, there are better ways of making a statement or protesting. Other than that, I do understand what they're saying about the fairness that they're looking for. I did note, I did pick up that I think one of the students mentioned that they're tired of white imperialism. Personally, look, if you've been at UCT for only 4 years, and this topic has been going on for quite a while, I feel like UCT as a university should have done something a lot faster than for it to build up now. Because if you have students complaining only now, correct me if I'm wrong, only now that they're complaining this severely, it means that this is something that has been dragging on for quite a while, and as a student body, something should have been done. Like Anzra said, it's just a statue, it can go. But at the end of the day now, it's like, okay, the statue goes. Does that change the situation? What can the students do to actually better it on their end? Can they embrace the current situation that they have? But I'm not too really sure about where I would put my stance on. If I'm behind UCT, how they're handling the situation, or how the students are handling the situation. It's a bit of a 50-50 to be honest.
I found the use of poo completely disrespectful, considering that the students who doused this statue really in feces were protesting a system where black people really are being subjugated. That's what they say. But knowing full well that the cleaners at UCT aren't white either, and there's probably going to be a non-white UCT cleaner who has to now really degrade themselves by cleaning human waste of a statue. I found that such a contradiction through this whole thing.
Definitely. I think that they were trying to make their point come across more strongly, because this situation has been boiling for a very long time, and sometimes drastic measures are needed to be taken for people to take notice. So in that regard, I understand why they went to such extreme measures. But you're right, exactly that. I mean, not only does a black or cleaner have to do this, a whole lot of people, like black students, white students, colored students, had to walk past that statue because it's in a very prominent place where a lot of students walk past hourly, daily, and they'd have to feel that as well. And not only the students who are for this, but the students are against it as well. And that maybe that was the impact that they wanted, but I don't think it was productive. I think it was very counterproductive, actually.
So what do you do then? I suppose that it's such a complicated issue, because perhaps we disagree with the manner that it was done, but we certainly don't disagree with students wanting transformation. Is there a better way?
Well, like I said, like going to the places where students go, so going online and doing this online, creating, I don't know, a hashtag on Twitter that people can follow. I do know that after this incident, there was a huge conversation that happened at UCT where the students got up and they had their say, and it was pretty clear that a lot of people agree with this. But would that have happened if there was no Puflang? I'm not really sure, but I think there would have been if enough conversation was generated in the places where students actually do meet, be it online, be it on UCT Jamming Stairs. I think that it would have happened one way or another, because this is an issue that students are concerned with. So
I agree that a big social gathering would have probably had a better effect than flinging poo, to be honest. Because if you look at it now, are you really solving the problem, or are you antagonizing the people who could have helped resolve this issue? At the end of the day, you know, yes, maybe getting a petition signed or something along those lines would have helped get you that one step closer. Whether or not it would have sealed the deal, I'm not too sure. But there's a time for drastic measures, and there's a time we just got to think about it. Maybe take a hit now, then 3 steps forward along the line, maybe you find something that will work out for everyone. Maybe going for a more social method, maybe using other universities, because it's not only happening at UCT, it's happening in a whole lot of other ones. So maybe joining up with other universities to bring like a coalition together. Maybe that would have had a better kick than flinging poo at a statue that now, at the end of the day, one poor person has to clean up, and then a statue embodying someone who did help Africa just getting rid of. And at the end of the day, if the statue is removed, then what? You see, so you're still left with the question mark of, does it solve the problem at the end of the day, or does it just bring more problems? So it's a bit of a tricky one to handle, considering that a lot of people try and drive towards change. It doesn't always work out. That's the honest truth.
Yeah. I'm so grateful that you guys could join us today. Before you leave, won't you just tell us where we can find you on social media? If one of our viewers wants to challenge you on something, back you up on something else, or just ask you a question on your opinion, Bjorn, we'll start with you.
You can find me on Twitter, Bjorn Moyo. Other than that, I try and avoid social media. It's a bit of a madhouse sometimes.
It really is.
You can find me on Twitter as well, at Anzra. Also, look out at Room 24. I'm always writing very highly opinionated things that you can comment on. So you can challenge me there as well.
Great. Guys, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.